Yes, Les Keir's certainly up for it on Saturday night, and so our next two guests, two World Cup winners, ladies and gents, Toutai Kefu and Nathan Gray in the house at Payneham Tavern. Grazy, clearly these idiots behind us haven't seen him fight before, because if they had, they wouldn't be cheering lines to Toutai Kefu.
No, definitely not. They'd certainly pull their heads in, but what they can do is drink. So
yeah, they can drink.
And their money's welcome in Australia.
How good is it, boys? You're both standing there watching some Australian and Kiwi players run around AUNZ. The game's back on. There's going to be a huge crowd. How's it been coming into camp, bringing that team together?
It's been awesome, actually. You know, Kev and I standing at the back of training, acting like we're doing something. No, it's been amazing. The guys have come together really well, really quickly. Kissy and the other coaches, and Foster, Zane, Hilton and Chrono have done an amazing job, and it's been great just to sort of be a fly on the wall and take it all in. But it's going to be a great game.
Kev, how did you pick this team, or how did the group of you come together to select the players who are going to run around and beat the Lions on Saturday night?
I had nothing to do with the selection. I think
unless they win, and then you pick them.
Yeah, good point. I think Joe and his Wallaby selectors have a lot to do, influence on the selection.
Okay. So, as Goog said, you will take credit for it. So how does it shape up? Goog, I'm interested in how this shapes up. How do you guys help to mould this team together so they can go hard for the 80 at Adelaide Oval?
Oh, look, I think, it's a short prep. It's only probably, they have 3 field sessions, 4, including the captain's run. Look, it's all about really connection and a little bit of organisation. I think the big thing that they lean on is probably the mindset, just having the right attitude to play. Look, these guys are all professional. They know what to do. They know how to catch and pass. They know how to tackle. I think just the connection between everyone, because a lot of players haven't met each other. So that's probably the most important part of the week.
What about, and connection, and then you got your leadership, right? So you got Havili and Lukan Solokai-Loto as co-captains. Yep. How's that come together? You see that starting to manifest itself on the field, leadership on and off and around the training habits?
Yeah, definitely. Look, they're 2 very experienced players. We were just talking at breakfast today that David Havili's won 8 Super Rugby titles. So been there, done that. He knows what to do. He's an All Black. So very experienced co-captains.
Crazy. Gracie, so what sort of, obviously we want Dave to fire on Saturday night, but so what sort of game do you think we get to see? Will it be like a Barbarians approach, you reckon, from the AUNZ Invitational?
Yeah, look, Kissy's sort of provided a really clear way that they want to play, and the guys are, as Kev said, with the short preparation, you want to keep it really simple, keep it nice and direct, and then let the sort of skills and the flair that the players have come to the fore. But I tell you what, during the week, there's this little undercurrent of a lot of aggression, a lot of physicality, because they know that to test the Lions and to put them under pressure, you've got to bring that in spades. So it's been a really good week, and just simmering underneath the surface is that intensity, which is always good to see, and I think that's going to be something that they're really going to drive into the game.
How good has it been seeing Pete Samu back on Australian soil, getting ready to lace up for an Australian team? It's been pretty cool.
Mate, it's been awesome. And all those guys coming together, as Kev said, there's All Blacks, there's Wallabies, there's aspirational Wallabies. It's a damn good side. And, look at them on paper, they're very, very good. And then getting around the hotel and at the training sessions, there's a real quiet focus and a good bit of banter as well amongst the boys. So looking forward to seeing what they can produce.
You've both coached in Japan. Marika Corambetti, he's come back. What sort of nick's he in? Are we going to see the Marika Corambetti, the Stormfront, that we know he is?
Mate, he's good. There's a lot of the plays are set around getting him the fruit, which is, allowing him to bring his skills to the fore. And Marika's a very quiet operator, but I tell you what, you wouldn't want to tackle him. He's like being a bit of concrete. Yeah.
Who else will we keep an eye on, do you reckon, on Saturday night? Let me ask you about Tane Edmed. How will he go at 10, Kev?
With Tane,
Are we going with Tane?
The New Zealand boys call him
call
Tane.
him Tane.
Well, hang on a second. Who's in charge? Because I've spoken to Tane and Tane, and Tane wants to be Tane, and I'm not going to be told by Kiwi how to pronounce Edmed's first name. Tane or Tane?
He's been awesome. He's been pulling the strings. He's been fantastic. Just listening and observing on the sidelines, and he's a great talker. He knows he's engaged. I'm really excited to see him play.
So you're going to give, Kev, you're going to give a bit of advice to soften up a few blokes, a bit of one-dotting, a bit of Trevor Brennan recollection, a bit of story, put the clip up, show the boys how it's done?
No, I'll save that for next week.
Oh, right.
I like it. I would love to get your thoughts around that as well. So obviously you're here off to Melbourne as well, looking after the First Nations and Pacifica team. What does that look like? For the Tuesday, the week following before the Melbourne test. What does that look like for you in terms of building that squad?
Yeah, again, Joe and his selectors will have a large influence. Look, I think at the moment I've got a working squad, so we've got a group of players there. We'll take some players out of this squad, see who gets through this weekend's game, and obviously the Wallaby announcement tomorrow. I think we'll take some players who's left out of that squad as well. So that's pretty. So
just get that mic a little bit closer.
Seeing the sort of the marriage now from this team into your Tuesday team, give you some confidence because there was a bit of chat around who's going to play, what sort of calibre is that team going to be?
Yeah, no, I think the criteria for my team they're all Australian contracted players.
Yeah.
I think we're trying maybe to get some Drua players in there if we need them, and it looks like that might come to fruition.
Can we get your thoughts also, Grazy, having been there and done it, on how the Wallabies are shaping up against the Lions, off the back of what we've seen so far from the Lions against the Brumbies, Force, Reds and Tars?
Yeah, look, I think the Lions over the course of their tour so far, their second halves have been exceptional, and that's mainly on the back of the quality of their bench. But I think as they've gone through the Australian super teams, they're sort of being tested more and more. Obviously, you get more time to look at them from a footage perspective and analysis and whatnot. And I think the Fiji game with the Wallabies, a bit of a rusty start for them, but they got the win and found a way to get it done, which was impressive. And the next couple of games for the Lions, just building that pressure and just putting that side under a lot of pressure is the goal of opposition. I think if the teams playing against them in the next couple of weeks can do that, then there might be some opportunities that are created.
What's your message? Like you have both been a part of, as players, big campaigns, and then been coaching big campaigns, Wallaby national coach, Tonga World Cup. What's your message to that Wallaby team after they walk off the field in Newcastle to build towards first test?
Oh, you take the gold nuggets, you take the things that you do well, you learn from the mistakes that you made, and also the intensity and the ability to apply consistent pressure, and then just keep building on your preparation, building on your performance to give the players confidence to bring their strengths to the table, and then rely on that collective strengths of all the strengths of the players in the team to be better than the opposition. It's easily said, but hard to do.
I'll show him my Trevor Brennan clip.
Yeah.
And I'll show him my try.
Yeah.
And I'll tell a few stories around the Carver Bowl.
That's perfect. That's all you need to do.
That'll work. Kev, I think that'll work. Man, we're going to let you bounce out with the crew here. How good is the crew at the Paynhams Tavern, by the way? Like, this place is rocking.